Okay, good morning. Now, I'm recording this with the front camera, so I can't see your comments on the other side. Flip it over here. In fact, that might actually be a good idea. But I don't know how well that camera's going to catch the whiteboard, to be honest with you. Hold up. I actually need a marker. Which is cool because currently I have no viewers on this right now, which is fine. That works out. I'm going to have this on Periscope for the next, well, however long it takes, of course, 24 hours. And, I've got it set to the location and everything. But I'll try to make this real quick. We're not actually going to have anything like a demonstration of what I'm talking about here today. So much, I'm just trying to show the idea and how this idea is going to be carried out. By the way, this isn't like a, again, I haven't got this thing set up for a demonstration quite yet, but I do have the equipment to make this happen. But first off, let me just say, the footage that I put on is like on YouTube. And then if you go user, and then my 2D footage usually goes on SLS 84, and some really great content on that channel, by the way, on that SLS 84 channel. I mean, for crying out loud, I've got Will Wheaton doing a panel, growing up YouTuber. I mean, there's celebrities on this channel, so please, go to the channel, check it out. But my 2D stuff usually goes there. It includes like, projects I do, 360 bits, virtual reality bits that you can watch on Google Chrome using like the Samsung Gear headset. The other channel I have is BC in 3D. And BC in 3D has only 3D footage on it. And it's always native 3D unless otherwise specified. I'll make mention if anything is ever a conversion. Rarely do I have any converted 3D video on that channel. But a lot of my stuff here that I record in the way I'm going to explain here is going to be on that channel. Alright. And welcome, welcome to my demonstration here. So, this is about 3D live broadcasting. And I've been involved with 3D, since about, putting up 3D vids online since about 2008, 2009. So, I mean, I've been doing this for about 8 years. But it's been kind of racking my brain with it on, because I have like a 3D camera and it syncs that up just fine. That syncs up great. But the type of footage that I have, as you'd be able to see on BC in 3D, it's not that great of a camera. It's not really in true high definition or anything like that. So it I mean, sometimes the clips look like crud, you know, just to be honest with you. They are in 3D, but they look like crud. And so there's got to be a way, you know, without spending thousands and thousands of dollars for a Sony 3D camera to get really good looking 3D footage. And also there was a situation with it. A lot of the little 3D cameras that you buy, the Aptec 3D camera that I have, you know, cost me like $200. It's operated by battery. It doesn't stay live for that long. You know, you can't plug it in. You can't have it go on for an indeterminate amount of time. Same thing with the Fuji W3 W cameras. So I was trying to figure out a way of putting in analog cameras, putting it in a split screen format, squeezed on each side, and be able to broadcast, you know, via like HDMI, you know, to perhaps a card in the computer, and then I could broadcast it through like Google Hangouts. I don't know if Facebook Live allows you to go through a computer. I haven't played with that yet. I know Periscope, I need to have this phone. So there has to be some way of being able to broadcast 3D live. Well, I think I found it. I just ordered this device last week. It is the Split Mux 3D-2LC. And technically this device isn't in order to make 3D videos, but the function that it has in it is able to do so. Now, I've been looking into doing something like this for the past year. This device in particular only came up in my view screen, in my eyesight, just about a month ago. There was another device I was looking at, and it allowed the same type of function going through analog BNC ports. You know, so it's analog. They have an HDMI available. The analog would have cost $699 plus tax, shipping. The high definition one, I believe, was about $1,399, so $1,399. That is way too much money to be spending on this type of video equipment, especially when you can get a device like this for $135. All right. So what this device does, it does have a PIP function, a picture-in-picture function that allows you to record a video, got picture-in-picture, and then on the big, you know, on the largest screen, you know, doing content. I think that's kind of fascinating too. But the one that I'm looking at here is the dual screen function. Alright, so the dual screen function, and essentially what that does it'll take two video inputs, right? And you see how it's like half the screen size? What that'll do is it will squeeze each of those video inputs on the screen. Now, when you look at something like this with a 3D television, it combines those images in a polarized image and puts it in the full screen image. Yeah, that's what's known as side-by-side. Now, this little device can do both this, and it could also go like you could swap the images. And so what does this mean for 3D? Well, essentially, if you've got the right image with one camera and the left image with another camera, this will be like your left eye, this will be your right eye, and it will make 3D, right? Side by side, interpreted easily by 3D televisions. And also Google Chrome can go through YouTube and give you an anechoic image on that as well. But as mentioned, you can swap the images using this device so that you can view this using a cross-eyed way of viewing. So you just cross your eyes, get a 3D image, so you can actually look at it and see the 3D image without glasses on the television. However, it would be squeezed and the image looks kind of funny that way, but it's a good way of testing to see how something looks in 3D. Alright, so we got that, right? We gotta hurry up with this because I don't want this to be a video that lasts like forever. But how do we do this with that device? What kind of cameras am I going to be using? Well, to do the initial tests, I've got two of these Samsung cameras. These are analog cameras. I've had these cameras since I've been putting 3D videos up on YouTube. My earliest videos up on when I first started the BC in 3D channel, they were filmed with these cameras. Okay, so these are analog. These are not high definition. I didn't bring the cord with me, but I got a cord that goes into the video, and it then goes into the video, audio 1, audio 2, a yellow, white, and red cord. And so we'll have two of these cameras set up, right? I've got one of these bars. Camera goes there, camera goes there. And from those cameras, those cords from each of those cameras are going to go in, and I've got two different types of these devices. They both do the same thing. Essentially, you got the yellow, red, and white there, and then they both output to HDMI. So, you know, these both output to HDMI. And then, of course, I got like two extra HDMI cables to go to at least the box. I do have more HDMI cables available that'll be used to take it from the box to the television set. But yeah, so those that converts the analog signal into HDMI. And then those two HDMIs go right there. And then you have the HDMI out going from right here. So that can go to a 3D television. It could go to, and it's a regular file. You know, it's a regular side-by-side file. So it can go to like say a Hapag, a Hapog, or how you pronounce that, like a video encoder, whether through the computer or a separate device, an high-definition video recorder in that regard. And so it can be recorded that way. The way I would like to use this is I need to get a card that I don't have quite yet and run the HDMI to like an internal card, a PCI card, or whatever I need there, into the computer and broadcast from the computer live, a 3D going live. That's the idea. Hope everyone's got that. So yeah, you have the bar, you have the two cameras. Those two cameras, they go into the analog converters, and suddenly you've got HD coming out, and that goes into, well actually, sorry about that, that's kind of not correct. That goes into the split mux box, and it divides those pictures into those two, and then a single HDMI goes to either 3D TV or video capture card, or video capture card or device. You know what I mean by that. So, what does everyone think about something like that? See, that pretty much covers it. And I'm going to be playing with this later on today. And, maybe get some footage up on the VC and 3D channel. But that's my presentation. And by the way, this is actually the first presentation that I've done. And I'm going to be uploading this to my SLS84 channel too. And so I hope everybody, can see that for an extended period of time. Comment on that web page. And, but yeah, just, go to those sites, comment on the video. And I'm usually, as long as the comments are respectable, I'm pretty good at answering them. So that's my presentation. I do hope that everyone does have a good day.